Hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. Okay, last night I recorded, uploaded today on the new channel, new show. I'm going to review solely on that channel. That new show, I can't, I already someone commented saying the heroine's a fucking bitch. Yeah, she is a fucking bitch. But this is not that. Fairy Tail episode review 138. Now, I'm still seeing this connection between this filler and the manga, the current arc. But, this episode was pretty interesting, actually. A new intro. I want to briefly state about this new intro that just came out. And someone on YouTube, on Skype, gave it to me, saying, look at this intro. The intro is very strange, because the thing about the intro that totally went like, woo! If you look at the intro really carefully, you know who you see? Okay, you see like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, you see 4 former members of ORACIAN 6. And if you really look at the intro carefully, you see them. They're right there. Angel, Cobra, who's the other guy? Midnight, and that racer guy. I'm like, what? Now, there's a connection between, I forgot her name, the one who has the purple hair in Fairy Tail that showed up out of the blue. There's a connection with her and this thing. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay, beginning of the episode, we left off with Natsu, and this was back and forth, this episode. This was back and forth. The best scene, oh my god, the most epic scene in this episode was Mirajane. Now, here's the thing I need to ask. This is a filler. And the thing she did in this episode, Mirajane, was like, excuse me? Like what did you just do? But anyway, moving right along. Yeah, we got the Natsu fight with Byro now, and he's fighting him, and he finds out that the octopus that he's using, which is kind of funny, because remember, this guy's the opposite of Byro from Etelos. And the Byro from Etelos turned into an octopus, while this guy this Byro is standing on an octopus. I figured what I'll do is I'll just go tell you exactly what happened through each group. So let's start with Natsu's group. He starts fighting with him, and he finds out that Byro's octopus is spewing acid ink, basically. And at one time, the octopus is like going crazy, and he's attacking people that he shouldn't be attacking. Like he attacks Cocoa, and tries to attack Dan as well, who's unconscious at the moment. And Lucy's like, oh, why? They're supposed to be your allies and everything. Why are you doing that? And says, oh, their lives will be sacrificed for the cause, for the crusade. To suggest that you're a horrible person with what you're doing. Eventually they had a huge conversation with Byro saying, about the collecting of the clock pieces. Saying that, oh, if you collect them all, though, you're going to be the ones who bring catastrophe. Give or take. Now, what ends on happening is the huge conversation leads Natsu, Romeo, and Happy, and everybody. Eventually, Natsu even though the fucking octopus keeps swinging back and forth, motion sickness, but he obviously gets the upper hand. Natsu's able to get out of it. And what ends on happening is, Romeo uses his fire to open the thing's mouth, but he doesn't get it in there. But at one point, Romeo and and Lucy use their like whips, because fire whip and her that thing she has. I forgot the name of it. To wrap around the octopus, and Natsu's able to get in and attack it, and boom. Now, really, this was a crazy episode because there was like so much shit going on. So yeah, basically that's what happens, and then they defeat the octopus, and he's saying to himself, Byro, oh, this guild fairy tale, how they pinpoint their attacks and stuff, and then now it's going to be like a seemingly standoff between Byro and he's just going to fight Byro. Natsu and Byro are going to fight. And it seems like he's telling him at the end of the episode that everyone's converging on here. At this location. So, like, holy shit. And then basically, he's telling him that, I have to defeat you before that happens. And that's where it's there. Now, moving on to everyone else in the episode, which we only saw a few people. The big time people you saw was Gajio's group and Mirajane's. That was crazy. Fucking Hugh, she freaking bitch. What a bitch. Oh my god, she's so fucking evil. She's so fucking evil. I wanted her to get her ass handed to her badly in this episode. And she did. What ends on happening is she's saying, oh, she's like, oh, I'm going to control you and your lovely siblings to attack each other. And then Mirajane's like, no, it's supposed to be this. She's explaining to her how the proper saying of brothers and sisters. So what ends on happening is Hughes brings out this crazy ability of control, and basically with her hand wand that she has, she's because what happens is Mirajane tells her, oh, you're just a puppet. Because you're just doing what, they're telling you to, of Zentopia. And she really got pissed off, Hughes. And she basically did was, she extracted Satan's soul out of Mirajane and used it as a puppet. And it started attacking Elfman and Lysana to a point when Mirajane got back up. She woke up. She was shocked to see that they were getting hurt and everything. Apparently Mirajane has another form that we haven't been told about, and all of a sudden we're going to be told about it in the filler. Like, excuse me? Apparently the story with this new form, and I forgot the name of it, son of a bitch, I forgot the name of it. It was a weird name. It was a very weird name that was said, that Elfman said. He's the only person supposedly seen her go in this form. And supposedly Makarov told her never to use it, ever. And she used it anyway. And this time, and then at the end, Elfman tells Lysana she used that once to destroy an entire city. She fights Hughes, the Satan's soul, and Hughes then uses all of her power. Uses all of her power to, sorry about the phone, to actually fuse with the Satan's soul copy. And what ends on happening is fuses with Satan's soul and fights Mirajane then. And it's not even a contest. Mirajane's blocking all the shots, blocking this, blocking that, and just fucking just throws her on the fucking ground, just annihilates her. And she's on the ground, and Mirajane's like, she's like with her finger like this in her face, and it's like, bad girl. Bad girl. And I'm like, okay. And then he was just like, her soul's coming out. It was so funny. It was like so ridiculous. That's only Mirajane. It reminded me of her fight with Freed. At the very, very beginning of Fairy Tail. When she just totally, and yeah, that was crazy. And then obviously the other thing that happened in this episode, obviously, was the Cardinal. And we get a juxtaposition with Byro and him saying, you know, about the chaos that's descending. A few other things happened in this episode that was interesting was that the girl with the purple hair is shown from Fairy Tail. She was the Cobra. Remember Cobra of ORACIAN 6? And this is why probably you saw him in the freaking intro. He's going to make an appearance. So obviously she might turn back into a snake. Which I find to be like, whoa. So she's like saying to herself that the end is coming, the end is near. And the other thing that happened, we get in a conversation between... Oh, I forgot to mention. But I don't want to mention it. Yeah, Urza, Wendy, and Charlotte and Kana. They put on the... No. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I'm not mentioning it. I'm not saying it. I'm sorry. I can't say that part. It never happened. There. So, besides, that's the stupid part that happened in the episode. Urza just destroyed these stupid fat chicks. Who cares? Alright, moving right along. What also happened was Samuel and Panther Lily, they're talking. And he's telling him that even though he's part of Legion, that, you know, he still is Edelos, and time goes differently for him. And that's basically what he was saying that, you know, and like you said, we see the Cardinal in the very end saying, the end is coming, and he's got like crazy-eyed. That guy, it's like, come on, man. You're fucking out of your mind. But anyway, but I think that the conversation between Samuel and Panther Lily, that was basically, towards being that, I don't know. It was something going on there. There was something going on there between those two. It had to do something with the fact that he is, in fact, from Edelos. And that there was a connection being made about Edelos and this crusade. And he says, just like with Edelos, I must continue on this crusade. That's what he was telling us. And that's pretty much what happened in this episode. The only thing I forgot to mention, yeah, Urza, Kana, Wendy, and Charlotte, they put on the Jiggly Butt uniforms. Like, what? Enough! Cut it, man! No more Jiggly Butt Day. Please, 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 please. Throw it out the window. Because that was stupid. All you saw was Urza going really pissed off because her picnic was ruined and she fucking destroys these people. And that's it. But I don't want to... I mean, am I going to lie and say, oh, Kana and Urza look pretty hot? No, please, it's stupid. No more Jiggly Butt Gang. But anyway, that's what happened in the episode. As far as the fights were concerned, man, I digged so... I really dig that Mirajane fight. That was awesome. So, for the fights in this episode, I'm going to give it a 4. Actually, yeah, a 4. The episode itself, 1.5. So I'm actually going to give this, I'll give this a 3.5. This episode was solid. It was good. You know, moving right along. We'll see what the story is later on. You know, because next week it's going to be Natsu fighting Byro, and it seems like Byro can negate magic? Huh. Very interesting. You can negate magic, so this is going to be like one of those holy shit moments. So, you know, that's all I got for you guys. What did you think about the Fairy Tail episode? What did you guys think? Episode 138. We'll see how this filler arc ends. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, some people, and obviously some people aren't going to say, oh, fillers, no, fillers suck. People are going to say fillers suck, so that's the whole bit on that. But I thought it was a good episode. What you guys think in the comments below. It's Bankai Night 22. Tonight, I got 2 more reviews. Well, a couple of reviews to do. Kenichi chapter review, XL World episode review, and I've got to do new shows tonight. I got One Piece, but Campione, which is the Godslayer show, and Sword Art Online. That's later tonight. I will check you guys later.